Hi, my name is Nick Camperlango, and for my cultural food project presentation, I was assigned the country of Ireland. This presentation is going to deal with all the different cultural food aspects that go with this country. We'll begin by first talking about the history of Ireland. Ireland first became largely populated about 10,000 years ago, and it was around 4000 BC that we saw the first farmers appear and started to cultivate the land. By 600 AD, St. Patrick and many other missionaries had arrived in Ireland, and Christianity became the new religion, replacing all previous pagan practices. The most notable, however, and famous event in Ireland would be the 1845-1849 Great Potato Famine. It's estimated that about 1 million people died, and millions more had to either migrate or immigrate elsewhere, which is many of them went to America, which is why we have large numbers of red-headed Irish people running around today. Also notable is 1970s is when cheese sees more widespread distribution. Next, it is also important to note the geography and climate of Ireland. Ireland itself, it's an island, but a pretty big one. Most of the land is flat, which is also good for farming, and then the borders would be either the coast or mountainous terrain. The climate, however, is classified as oceanic temperate, which is ideal for farming though, because this will consist of temperate to warm summers and mild winters. It is also important to note that there is a frequent overcast. About half of the time, Ireland is covered in overcast. Moving on, we will now discuss the cultural and communication aspects of Ireland. They are very similar to that of the United States. This means that handshakes are normal when people first meet. Eye contact is always important. For holidays, such as birthdays, or even on Christmas, gifts are always given. And similar to that in the United States, they say how it's not the importance of how expensive these gifts are, but instead it's the thought that counts. And then for etiquette at the table, elbows should always be off the table, which is the same for the United States. And the fork should be held in the left hand, and the knife should be held in the right hand, which is a little different than things are done in the United States. Next, we will discuss popular food items within the country of Ireland. Now, before the potato took over, livestock and cattle were the main food sources, cows and pigs. And then, around the mid to late 16th century is when the potato was first introduced into Ireland, and they largely took over as the most popular and widely used crop. And as I stated before, cheese and commercial farming, they didn't become widespread until about 1970s. And the two most popular beverages in this country of Ireland would include whiskey and Guinness. Up next, we will now discuss the traditional foods and preservation techniques of the country of Ireland. For traditional foods, the potato is used in many things, and it's basically the foundation for all food products. Other popular meals would include soda bread, Irish stew, and crab claws. But when we discuss the preservation techniques, since it is largely an agricultural society, fermentation and pasteurization would be the two most popular and widely used techniques. However, it is also important to discuss the issues and problems that can also occur within Ireland's food. While the potato famine was definitely Ireland's greatest food problem, there have also been many issues that have arrived with the modernization of food habits. This is, of course, how fast food restaurants are becoming more and more numerous, and the overall food quality is decreasing. Now, going into the specifics of problems with the fast food implementation and modernization, we will see increased rates of the following issues and problems. There'll be higher levels of obesity, hypertension, which is also known as high blood pressure, more cases of diabetes, and there will be many more heart and artery complications associated with increased number of fast food industry. Now that we've discussed all the issues and problems that could arise from these lifestyle changes and the implementation of fast food restaurants, it should be important to discuss how the country could stay healthy. There are several ways this could happen. They could continue to use the potato and other healthily grown foods as key ingredients in local recipes, maintain good use of local and commercial farming, and the citizens themselves, they should limit consumption from these fast food restaurants in order to stay healthy and maintain an overall good and active lifestyle. Alright, so in conclusion, it's safe to say that Ireland is not too different when compared to the United States in terms of their food and how they implement certain food habits. Both nations have similar eating habits and traditions. Ireland should continue to grow and develop its own food customs and recipes and focus more on healthy, homegrown foods and locally prepared meals. That is it for our presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope you've learned a great deal about the Irish culture as it pertains to food.